All right, Brandon, better luck next time. But we're going to move on to our next topic, and that's the World Baseball Classic. The final game is actually on as we speak, Japan taking on Korea. But we've heard a lot of managers complain about whether this thing is, worth it for their players to get injuries and stuff like that. So, guys, is the WBC a cancer for some MLB teams? Matt, start us out.
Personally, I don't like the World Baseball Classic. I think it's more of an extended All-Star game. And people have been complaining about All-Star games throughout all sports just because of players getting injured and everything like that. I think it is a cancer for baseball. Players are getting injured all the time, even now, for a bunch of MLB teams. So I think we should just stick to spring training and leave it at that.
Yeah, Matt, I definitely agree with you that the fact that it is like an all-star game. I mean, the USA team is stacked like it is an all-star team, and you don't want to see some of those studs fall down. I wouldn't throw this thing out the window if it were like minor league players or college level players playing in it, but the pros at this level and this go around, it's still not that popular. I don't think so. So, Nate, you're next. Go ahead and sound off.
All right, here's my beef for the World Baseball Classic. A, the manager shouldn't complain. When it comes down to it, it's the player's choice to play. They know the risk of getting an injury. That shouldn't be up for debate at all. You choose to play in a game, and if you get hurt, that's your fault. But besides that, is it a cancer to baseball? I don't think it's hurting the game in general, but the whole idea just seems to not be working. The ratings haven't been that good. The games haven't been that good. I mean, 11-2, Korea and Venezuela. Nobody wants to see a game like that. Not even big names are on these teams anymore. It seems like, should it be reworked? Maybe. Should amateurs be in it? Maybe. But right now, it just doesn't seem to be a working formula.
Yeah, the ratings are down from the first World Baseball Classic, and I do like the point that you bring up of some of the lower names that we actually haven't heard of on some of the other rosters. But that leaves us with only one, the dangerous Chuck Constantino. Sound off.
Alright, my take on the World Baseball Classic is it's kind of like the Olympics for the NBA a couple years ago. They don't want to get the best players. The thing about injuries is they happen. Just get in better shape and you won't see as many of them happen. And it's funny, the only teams that you really see the injuries being publicized about is Team USA. We have MLB players on plenty other countries, playing for plenty other countries, and none of them are getting injured. As far as a cancer to baseball, I think it's great for baseball. They're getting rid of baseball and softball in the Olympics. This is the only kind of country against country format. Maybe mix up veterans and young players, maybe that would be good. But yeah, it's pretty good for baseball. So
Great points, Chuck. I really like what you had to say there about the World Baseball Classic. But from moving off the grass of the field onto the hardwood, talking a little NBA. The NBA season, of course, is almost over, and with that, we'll have to crown a new MVP. And with 5 players over 25 points per game this year, you got your Kobe's, your LeBron's, Dwayne Wade's, even some of the dark horses like Dwight Howard might even sneak up there. So we got to pick one MVP. Can't be all 3 of them. Who's it got to be? Chuck, why don't you go and lead us off?
alright. Dwayne Wade's having a great year, leading out of the top 3, Wade, LeBron, and Kobe. He's leading them in all the categories except for rebounding. But I like to see, they call him King James, so just hand over the crown for the MVP right now. He's looking great right now. His team's number 1 in the East, and it's about time he gets the MVP award.
That's right. I think it is. It's about time we give it to LeBron James, and that's right. Do not take the crown off the King LeBron's head. Matt McFadden, how do you got to respond to that?
I don't care about statistics. I don't care if Dwayne Wade is the scoring leader this year in the NBA, or any offensive category for that matter. LeBron James will win the MVP. Kobe and Dwayne Wade will probably get 1 or 2 votes here and there, but LeBron will take the crown, and I really don't see any question about it.
Yep, again, another voter for LeBron is a checkbook in my book. So, but no love for Dwayne Wade yet. Nate Alcorn, you got anything different to say?
The thing with Dwayne Wade is that his team, the Miami Heat, they're not good enough. He's not leading them into a number 1 seed where LeBron and Kobe for sure, and LeBron good chance. are. So I think it comes down to those two. But no one can dominate a game like Kobe Bryant can. He can just take over. He's a veteran of this league. He is the best player in the league, has been for the past decade, and will continue to be. And he's going to take his leg. He's going to get the crown, steal it off King James' head, Prince James, as far as I'm concerned. He's going to lead the Lakers to an NBA championship.
Oh, no, you didn't. Nice response, Nate. Good job. That's all I got to say about that one. Except, no love for Dwayne Wade at all. I mean, like Chuck said, he is leading in all those offensive categories. And let's not forget last season how bad the Miami Heat were now. He's definitely the most valuable player to that team. So I see a lot more votes than 1 or 2 going to Dwayne Wade. And that's the reason I have to boot off Matt McFadden. I'm sorry, again, I do not like doing this to people that, we pay here at the Lumberjack. But it's been nice knowing you. Matt, what are your last words?
I'm out like T.O. at the Bills' first conditioning practice.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, Matt. That's pretty out there. Anyway, so we are going to go off into our final championship round. That's right. Nate Alcorn, assistant sports editor, versus Chuck Constantino, women's basketball beat writer. That's right. It's going to be a clash of the Titans. So let's go ahead and hit up this question. And it's going to be going to Nate first. And I think let's decide, the NFL draft coming up right around the corner, just like the end of the NBA season. And a lot of talk about hyping up Georgia's Matthew Stafford, a quarterback, maybe going to the Lions, but with this Jay Cutler talk, maybe the Lions won't even be the number 1 pick. Guys, who do you see the number 1 pick in the NFL draft going to, and who might it be? Nate, sound off.
Here's the deal. Like I said earlier, I don't think the Cutler deal is going to get made. So, what Detroit needs, bottom line, is they need a quarterback. I know it's cliche to take a quarterback with first-round draft pick. Stafford isn't as standout as some of the prospects have been in years past, but I think it's the best pick for the Lions at this point.
It would be a smart pick, Nate, but, like you say, a little too cliche. So, Chuck, what do you got that might not be so cliche?
I'm going to have to disagree. Like Nate said, Stafford hasn't been a standout like years past with Matt Ryan and some other quarterbacks. I like Jason Smith. He's a great offensive tackle. He's got nice footwork. He's big. And there's plenty of quarterbacks that they could get with their 20th overall selection also in the first round.
Not bad, Chuck, but I'm going to have to disagree with you as an offensive lineman. If this team doesn't pick the cliche quarterback like Nate Alcorn says, I think they're going to go with a guy like Aaron Curry out of Wake Forest. They want to draft defense. And, there are some maybe suitable options out there in the free agent market. So with that being said, I've got to make just a real rough choice of who to cut here. Both answers were pretty short, not exactly what I would have liked, but that being said, just because you're wearing yellow, Chuck Constantino, I'm going to have to give you the boot. Your final, and let's go ahead and hear your final words.
All I got to say is Nick Wise for president. I'm out.
Right on, Chuck. Well, that is almost all the time we have for you, except we get Nate Alcorn's last 30-second face-off just to the camera. Anything, any topic, anything goes. Nate, what do you got for us?
I'm here to stay, just like Jay Cutler, man. Go Broncos in 09.
Oh, horrible way to go out. Just like the Broncos will probably go out horribly next year, down in flames. But I just want to say thank you to my guests, Brandon J. Smith, Chuck Constantino, Nate Alcorn, and Matt McFadden. Of course, I've been your host, Wade McMillin. This is Jacked Up, Northern Arizona's only video sports blog. I'll see you next week, only on Jacked Up. That's good.